Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to perform source code review and as well as software composition analysis using Snyk. Snyk is a very good tool and it is super fast. So we can identify vulnerabilities in the code as well as open source code, containers as well as the infrastructure as code. Okay, let me show you the flow. Let me click on login. Once you click on login, right, it will be redirected to the authentication page where you need to authenticate via Google. So in my case, I already did that. Now, after authentication, we'll be navigated to this page where we need to authenticate via GitHub or Bitbucket repository or command line interface. So where the code exists. So in my case, let us assume that my code is in the GitHub. Okay, so that is the reason why I'm authenticating via GitHub. So click on next steps, and click on authenticate via GitHub. So for you, it will be redirected to the GitHub page where you need to enter the credentials, where I already did that. So now, once we go after authentication, we can see the dashboard. So everything will be empty as I do not have any scans made as of now. And click on project options. So it will be empty. And going to the integration part, you can see this, right? We can integrate via GitHub or GitLabs, Bitbucket server, etc. Okay. So now let me go back to the project and let me try to initiate a scan. So if you want to scan the private repository, so Surya Krishna like test is a private repository, but it doesn't have any code. So I want to scan some open source repositories. Okay. So now let me click on that option, and in the meantime, let me jump into the repository where I want which repository I want to scan. So I want to scan the juice shop. Okay. So now let me paste the repository, open source repository, and click on add repository. Okay. And click on import repository. That's it. So now what you are going to do, you did not implement it or did not give like what to be scanned. So because it will automatically fetch everything from the GitHub repository, and it will initiate the scan for code vulnerabilities. For example, if the code consists of container, it will also be scanned, and it will also scan for the SCA. You need not to define what to be scanned. Okay, it will perform all the checks. So now let me go to the dashboard, and let's see, it's already started scanning, and let's wait, and let me go back to the projects. So let me click on projects, and you can see this, right? It's already started scanning, and in the package.json, so it's nothing but the SCA vulnerabilities. In the code analysis, you will find the source code vulnerabilities, and in the Docker file, you will find the container vulnerabilities. Okay. In our case, let me go to the package.json just to show you the SCA vulnerabilities. Okay. Now let me go back and let me show you the code vulnerabilities. So now we need to do the false positive verification. So let me do this for this vulnerability, SQL injection. Click on full details, and to the left hand side you can see the flow. Okay, here the query is executing, and now let us assume this is a vulnerability, but let us assume this is not a vulnerability. Okay. Fix analysis, you can also find the fix analysis. What is the vulnerability details? How can we prevent it? Some code fixes examples, etc. We do get it. So now let us assume that this is not a vulnerability. So I'm marking as like not a vulnerable. This is an assumption, guys. I did not verify whether it's actual vulnerability or not. As this is from the challenges, yes, this is a vulnerability. But just to show you the flow, I'm marking as not vulnerable. Okay, click on save. So this is how we eliminate the false positive vulnerabilities, and we can generate the report after verification all the false positive vulnerabilities. Okay, let me show you, go back to the projects, and let me show you how to generate the report. So in this case, you can see this, right? There is a view report. Click on view report. So as of now, I'm using the trial version because that is the reason why I'm not able to generate the report. So you will get like the vulnerabilities here. You need to select, and you just need to click on the report, and report will be generated. PDF, CSV, etc. Okay. Now let me show you the CLI, how to scan using the command line interface. Okay. So let me go back, jump into the CLI. So first we need to download the command line prompt. If like in my case I'm using Windows, right? So we need to download the snyk.exe, and we need to click on Snyk, or the command we need to run this command. So you need to authenticate to the Snyk account, and So here you need to define what to be scanned. Okay. So for example, I want to scan for SCA vulnerabilities. So in this case, I need to give the command called Snyk monitor. So if I want to perform the scan and source code review, like, so you need to give the Snyk code. If you want to containerize code, like you need to properly define the command Snyk container monitor. And infrastructure as code, you need to define that as well. So to show you demo, I already initiated the scan for the code vulnerabilities. So let me quickly jump into that. So here I performed the Snyk code test. So what I did is like, it's simple. Here my snyk.exe, and here I just added the folder which I want to scan, and I initiated the scan using this following command, and it scanned for all the vulnerabilities. So it doesn't give the in detail report, but you can see that, right, it will give the vulnerability, the name and the path where it exists, and the line, and it will also give the info. So after the performing the scan, I got like many vulnerabilities, so it will also show you that as well. So totally I have 118 code issues. So I did like static code analysis, and I got like 65 high, 41 medium, and 12 low. So this is how we do scan using GUI as well as the command line interface. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.